Voting for next year's Student Government Association President and Vice President occurred on Thursday. You might recognize the winners from their shirts and hats. Matthew Ardaugh and Kirti Mann won the election, beating out Taylor Snook and Kaya McKinley, as well as Jackson Eisenbarth and Jack Day. Matt is involved with the Campus Activities Board as well as SGA. Kirti is the member of the Biology Club and a member of the Chemistry Club and Dance Marathon. To talk about their campaign and their goals for SAU, let's send it over to SAU Weekly's Grant Ward in this week's What's the Buzz?
Thanks, guys. And thanks for being here, Kirti, while Matthew's away at a conference.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So, why did you and Matt decide to run for SGA president and vice president?
The reason that me and Matt decided to run was basically because we wanted to have a different voice, a different perspective, and just overall a different alternative to the student body. And what we've seen so far throughout the years is that we can contribute a great amount of collaborative voices, not just within the student body, but just overall with other people, and then what we have to offer on campus. So we thought bringing that into as a vice president and president will be a great initiative in general, and just overall kind of helping whatever we can do.
Can you tell me about your overall experience being on SGA leading up to now becoming the vice president for 2025 to 2026?
Yeah, so I was only a SGA senator for about a year, and I began my junior year, but I've heard of SGA since the beginning of my career here at St. Ambrose University, and I knew that what they were doing was basically helping the student body better organize whatever they have to say and however they address their, however they want to address any concerns, any administrative kind of effects, and just that of. So I've always known about that throughout my career. And then as I was transitioning to becoming a senator, I realized how much of the background effects that are there as an SGA senator or any member of the SGA. And seeing that really inspired me and really wanted me to kind of help out even more and further and take on those more higher roles and initiatives.
So I'm going to guess from that experience, that's at least part of where your slogan, Believe in Better, comes from. Was that part of the process, or can you really walk us through how that slogan came about?
Of course. So me and Matt met earlier this semester to kind of talk about whether we wanted to run, and if we wanted to run, what would be our strategies, our basic implementations that we wanted to make, initiatives and thereof. And something that we made a list of stuff that we think that this could be a great way to kind of not just incorporate how the student body wants, but also just over in general, what we think we can do for the student body. And just looking at that list and overall what we had in store for everyone, we wanted to see that what we can do. And we believe that Ambrose is already amazing, but just incorporating something that we can bring by building a even better what we have from starting off of.
So one of the ways that you are believing in better, from what I've heard, is with your campaign goal to improve student living conditions. How do you hope to achieve that?
We're going to start off small, of course, because every student, everybody kind of has smaller connections and just overall what they want to do. So one of the things that we have planned is bringing in new vacuums for all the resident halls. And that would start off with just kind of seeing where we're at with vacuums, how they are performing right now, and just working with that, and then going initiative with SGA to try to fund new vacuums and just overall create a better, at least clean up spaces. But then from there, we can move on to more further student feedback.
Oh, definitely nice to have.
Yes.
Really looking back at your time as senator, at your time as a St. Ambrose student, there have been many different presidents and vice presidents for SGA. What do you hope to do differently from that?
Well, with all of the presidents and vice presidents, they've done a wonderful job in their own manner. What we hope to do is just bring in something that me and Matt call a diversity of perspectives. And looking at our backgrounds, Matt is a business major, I'm a biochemistry major, just seeing different worlds kind of come together. We want to bring in that perspective and just overall a more of a community involvement. I mean, what we've done so far is just basically to kind of incorporate every voice into whatever we are trying to do as initiative-wise. So I want to incorporate that and just overall have me and Matt basically run what we would feel like would be a better initiative for our student body. So just kind of working off of that aspect.
Nice. So you mentioned you're a biochemistry major.
Yes.
From what I found, you're president of the biology club, you're in chemistry club, you do dance marathon, you do a bunch of things for this campus. Do you feel like your work in SGA will impact other student organizations? Really, how do you hope to work with other student organizations, such as PRISM, the Black Student Union, the clubs that you're in?
So what we think, me and Matt were thinking was, regardless of whether we're involved with other stuff, we, as of right now even, we've seen the influence that SGA has on these other clubs, whether it's coming in for money requests, whether it's endorsing something, whether it is just talking about it, spreading the word. We as student leaders are kind of committed to that aspect, to serving a better community for St. Ambrose University, which is one of our foundation service. And just working with that aspect, we already have a kind of connection with other clubs, and right now we're kind of just going further along with that. I mean, what we can support from the very start, we're just going to amplify that support throughout other organizations that we're in, other clubs, and just overall the student support. And seeing how SGA is overall leading that example, we're just going to continue that, if not amplify it.
Well, finally, do you have any words for your fellow candidates?
Of course. So I think in general, it was a wonderful campaign and election. I couldn't have asked for better running mates to run against. Me and Matt agreed that overall, it was something that was a humbling and overall grateful experience to be a part of this election this year and running against people who have similar values, similar morals, and just are overall very great people. And at the end of the day, whoever had the loss, whoever had the win, we're still one community together, and I think that is something that we need to move forward with and just overall create a better atmosphere so when we make these initiatives, we work together as a big whole.
That's great. Now, I gotta ask, the shirts, the hats, you guys took campaigning, I feel like, to the next level. I saw, Ardaugh Man chalk on the street yesterday. Yes. Just everything. Can you walk me through that process?
Of course. So that was also began in the initial stages of what we wanted to plan, what we wanted to initiative. And me and Matt decided that we wanted as much support and as diverse support as we could get. And this could not have happened without our team. And we had a huge team of people. We had Kelly from Kills. We had Dan from Advantage Shirts helping us make the shirts. We had our team on campus, our student people, such as like Faith Wadley, Chase Mason, Owen, Alexis Morgan, my supporters, like Nora Perkins, Ashley Nordstrom. All of them have been absolutely amazing in just being the supporters that not only help kind of voice your voice out, but overall just leading that example of how they are helping and how they think that we can lead by example. And then when we came up with all these type of different initiatives, one of the main things we wanted something like we haven't really seen before, and we thought maybe like shirts and the yard signs and just overall the flyers everywhere. It was just a different aspect that you don't really see campaigning, or we haven't at least seen camping since I've been here on campus. So we wanted to just kind of blast everything with everything we had and just like work our way throughout that. So we had a lot of support, and we could not have done it without their entire campaign and the voters who voted. So it was just like a huge group of people that kind of made this happen, and we couldn't be more thankful.
Definitely. Well, thanks for being here, Kirti.
Yes, thank you.
Congrats to you and Matt on your new roles.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Back to you guys.